Yeah. And in the vein that you mentioned, Regis, kind of back on, maybe public enemy number one, or maybe not public enemy number one, Devin Haney, right? So right now, I'm just kind of confused between Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. I don't really know who's the most hated, you know what I'm saying? But both guys getting a lot of flack, a lot of crazy things coming out, So allegedly, Gervonta might fight Frank Martin, right?
Right.
But I know people are saying it's a cherry pick, why you taking that fight? But it's kind of crazy because people have been calling for Gervonta to fight another black fighter. I do think Frank Martin's a good fighter. I wouldn't consider that a cherry pick, but you got to be real with yourself too. Gervonta hasn't fought in a while. So he's not gonna. The first person he fights is not gonna be Shakur. It's just not gonna happen. Like for example, we look at the Crawford situation. Crawford snuck in that David Avenesian. He's because but that proved to be a very smart move. You know what I'm saying? Versus Errol, who was probably kind of cocky about it. It was like, I don't need no tuned up. You know what I mean? So right now, Gervonta, he was incarcerated, has been dealing with a lot. And I think Calvin Ford was, got locked up for a brief stint. So get a fight in, a tough fight in before what people are considering the big fight. I just think it makes a lot of sense. But then on Devin Haney's standpoint now, there's this story coming out about in the past, Erickson Lubin slapping Devin Haney, and I guess Devin Haney doing nothing. And I think it's his grandfather who put the story out, right?
I believe so. It's on Mill City Boxing. For you,
Okay.
go tune into Mill City Boxing channel. You can see the video there, but that's where I seen it. And I believe that's his grandfather, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, these both of these guys really can't catch a break. So just I guess if you had to pick, who do you think right now is getting more heat? And then I guess after that we could talk about the slap and then the Frank Martin matchup.
That's a good question, man. I feel like because Tank is the bigger star, I think he gets more flack compared to Devin Haney.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Devin Haney, but Devin Haney, the performance he put against Regis kind of dissuade or kind of mitigated some of the hate that he's been receiving.
Mm-hmm.
But I would say Tank for sure I think he receives most of the hate because he hasn't fought in a while. And then, like you mentioned, you're not fighting black fighters, right? Fight Devin Haney, move up, fight him. And then Devin Haney, his father's constantly bashing Tank Davis and calling him out. You don't really see that from his side, from Tank's side, right? So I would definitely say, in my honest opinion, I think Tank is more hated. What about you?
So that's an interesting question because I think the hate is probably a bit different. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say Tank is more hated, more hated too. I think like you said, it's just more people. It just seems a bit more frequent. But I just feel like I'm on the record. I'm saying Tank's most hated. But I just think the stories from Devin just be so left field. It was Teofimo with the 30 punch combo and making Devin quit, and then it's the people having to save Devin and sparring, and then this one of Lubin just like slapping Devin, which is I mean anybody is probably gonna like, well, in most cases, I don't know in most cases, but I would hope a lot of people will stand up for themselves. So if someone were to just slap him, it would be hard for me to believe he just stood there and did nothing. But also Lubin's a much bigger guy than Devin, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying, bro. And he's older than Devin. He got him by 3 years. So when did this happen? This is what, Olympic Training Center? He probably was younger. So I can see Devin not doing it for him. Devin is like, and when did Devin go pro? When he was 16, 17?
Something like that, yeah.
So he probably was like 15, 14 at the time.
Yeah.
And Erickson Lubin's what, like maybe 18 at the time, 17?
Yeah.
He probably was scared. He probably didn't want to do nothing. He probably got, slap backhand, however you want to call it. I can see him not doing anything, right? Because I don't know Devin Haney, right? But we've seen cases like that happen all the time. But yeah, Erickson Lubin is much bigger, and he's older. So it depends at what point in their life that this happened,
Yeah, but it also like why put this story out? Why? Because Shakur and Devin's having some back and forth. So now it's like, oh, let me throw some dirt on Devin. Like, oh, Lubin did this, but it's just like, okay, like what does that prove in Devin versus Shakur? That doesn't prove that Shakur could beat Devin. You know what I'm saying? So what is the point of it? You know what I'm saying? And then of course, Bill wasn't gonna let that slide. Bill was like, there's no way anybody would slap anybody without somebody getting shot. Yo, Bill is crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, father of a lifetime, man. He
Yeah.
there for his son, but that is, oh man, that's hilarious.
Yo,
That's
Bill, I do think Bill is a showman and a character, but one thing I don't think about Bill, I don't think Bill is soft, so I don't think he'd have
Yeah,
just
I
let
don't
that
think so.
fly.
Yeah, I don't think so either. And now that I think about it, yeah, I think they would have addressed it in some shape or form. At least I would hope so. But then again, you never know with these situations. It'd be smoke and mirrors.
Yeah,
So
but it's like, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm about to say, like, what he's just trying to throw dirt on Devin's name. Come like, what do you want? You want to set up a matchup between Devin and Lubin? Lubin's at 54. Devin just made it to 40. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
yeah, talking about call him out. Yo, Lubin is fighting at 154 at 160. You talking about, come on now. I understand
yo,
Devin walks around at like 175, but still, come on.
and quiet as is kept, man. I'm gonna talk about Frank Martin after this, and I like Lubin. I think Lubin's a good fighter, but he was gifted of he got I think he got a gift in that last fight, and I
Yeah,
think he's on the verge of becoming a gatekeeper, bro.
I think so too.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
So
think so too.
that's crazy. But Frank Martin, I don't think it's a cherry pick. I think it's a it's a good fight. It's a tough fight. A
Mhm.
guy who has he's technically sound. He has some punching power. He has some movement. He's not going to just be there to be hit all night. He's kind of physically strong as well. What he lacks though is the experience. I would say. I don't think he has the experience Gervonta has, but I do think it's a good comeback fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you're just gonna like fight him and not break a sweat. You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree. I think definitely. I think that's a good fight. That's a fight most people would tune in for,
Yeah.
regardless. And we'll see. And like I said, like with the upcoming fights that we see with Jermaine Ortiz and Teofimo Lopez, it's a measuring stick. See how
Mhm.
we have two southpaws, but we have Frank Martin. Let's see where Frank Martin is at in the realm of the elites, right? So
Mhm. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm gonna turn it towards the audience now. So, who do you think is the most hated right now between Gervonta Davis and Devin Haney? What do you think about the recent stories that came out? Like, definitely the slap or whatever, and then the Frank Martin fight. Do you like that fight? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I'm just kind of just like, yo, like, why say that? You know what I'm saying? It's just so crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just say, hey, like Shakur's trying to fight him, or like,
right.
if it's that deep, Shakur go to 40 to go get him. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like,
Yeah.
it's just kind of crazy to me. But nevertheless, man, 2 cents short of a dollar. Make sure you guys subscribe. We got a lot more videos coming. Continue to like and comment, and stay tuned. We got a lot coming this year. 2024 is a big year.
Yep.